The most terrifying predators are not always the massive giants weighing tens of tons, like Tyrannosaurus rex or Spinosaurus. Destruction is not just a matter of size. It comes from speed, precision, and biologically optimized weapons for killing. And if there was one dinosaur that embodied all these traits, it was Megaraptor. A perfect hunting machine where power was not about sheer bulk, but about delivering fast, lethal, and ruthless strikes. If you've ever watched Jurassic World, you probably remember Indoraptor, a killer that wasn't massive but was fast, ruthless, and intelligent. It didn't rely on brute strength to hunt, but used speed, razor-sharp claws, and pinpoint accuracy to take down its prey. But Indoraptor was nothing more than a pale imitation of a creature that actually existed. Not a CGI monster. Not a product of imagination. Megaraptor roamed the Earth over 80 million years ago, and compared to it, Indoraptor was just an apprentice. Megaraptor may not have been as massive as T-Rex or Spinosaurus, but at 8 to 10 meters, 26 to 33 feet, long and weighing 1 to 1.5 tons, it was still a fearsome predator. Compared to Allosaurus, which measured 9 to 12 meters, 30 to 39 feet, and weighed 1.5 to 2 tons, Megaraptor was slightly smaller but faster and more agile, thanks to its hollow, bird-like bones. This lightweight skeletal structure allowed it to move faster than most theropod dinosaurs, with an estimated top speed of 50 kilometers per hour, 31 miles per hour, comparable to a modern cheetah. Megaraptor's claws were also deadly weapons. It possessed hand claws that measured up to 35 centimeters, 14 inches long, almost as long as a short sword. These claws were not only long but also razor-sharp and highly flexible, allowing Megaraptor to rip through flesh, sever tendons, and pierce bone with a single swipe. A single strike from Megaraptor could eviscerate its prey, leaving deep, fatal wounds that no animal could recover from. Megaraptor's teeth were just as lethal, blade-like, slightly curved and serrated, perfect for slicing through meat. Some members of the Megaraptorid family even had shark-like teeth, designed to create deep cuts that caused their prey to bleed out. Megaraptor didn't rely on sheer brute force to take down its prey. It attacked with speed and precision, striking like lightning, slashing with its claws, and retreating before its victim even had a chance to react. It didn't crush like T-Rex. It didn't overpower like Spinosaurus. Instead, it sliced, slashed, and left its prey to collapse in unbearable agony. Bigger isn't always scarier. Sometimes, the most terrifying predators are the ones that can reach you faster, kill you more ruthlessly, and leave you with no chance to escape. Megaraptor didn't need sheer size to strike fear into its prey. It was a true nightmare, a perfect assassin, honed by millions of years of evolution. So, what do you think about Megaraptor so far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Up next, we'll dive even deeper into just how terrifying Megaraptor truly was, and why it may have been an even more formidable predator than any of the giant dinosaurs. The origins of Megaraptor. The name Megaraptor might lead many to believe that this dinosaur belonged to the Dromaeosauridae family, the group of dinosaurs closely related to Velociraptor. When the first Megaraptor fossil was discovered in Argentina in 1996, scientists found a massive 35-centimeter, 14-inch claw, and immediately assumed it belonged to the foot, just like Velociraptor. Because of this, they named it Megaraptor, meaning giant thief, inspired by the deadly sickle claws of velociraptors. However, everything changed when more Megaraptor fossils were unearthed. Scientists soon realized that its giant claws were not on its feet, but on its hands. This meant that, unlike velociraptors, which slashed at their prey with their foot claws, Megaraptor hunted using its powerful arms, wielding its massive claws like natural weapons, ready to tear apart anything that stood in its way. Over the years, similar fossils have been discovered in various locations, from South America and Australia to Asia, proving that Megaraptor was not a single species, but part of a terrifying group of carnivorous dinosaurs. To date, 11 different genera within the Megaraptor family have been identified, yet their true origins remain a major mystery. Some theories suggest that Megaraptors were an independent evolutionary branch of large theropods. Others propose that they were actually related to Tyrannosauroidea, the dinosaur group that eventually led to T-Rex. This classification uncertainty only adds to the mystery of Megaraptors, making them one of the most enigmatic predatory dinosaur groups in evolutionary history. The ultimate weapons of Megaraptor. Megaraptor was armed with razor-sharp claws, muscular arms, and a versatile jaw, making it a lethal predator capable of turning any prey into a brutal feast. The most fearsome weapon in Megaraptor's arsenal was its massive hand claws. When scientists first discovered its fossils, they believed these claws were on its feet, similar to how Velociraptor used its sickle-shaped toe claw to deliver fatal strikes. But later, they uncovered a far more terrifying truth. These razor-sharp blades were on its hands, turning Megaraptor into a walking executioner, wielding two living swords on its own body. Megaraptor's claws could measure 30 to 37.5 centimeters, 12 to 15 inches long, nearly the length of a short sword. But their size wasn't the only thing that made them deadly. It was their flexibility and the way they were used in a hunt. Unlike T-Rex, which relied on its bone-crushing bite, or Spinosaurus, which overpowered its prey using sheer body mass, Megaraptor slashed with brute force, cutting through flesh, muscle, and even bone with devastating precision. Scientists have proposed several theories about how Megaraptor used its deadly weapon. Some believe it stabbed its claws into prey, delivering fatal wounds that caused its victims to bleed to death. Others suggest it used its claws to hook and pull, tearing apart its prey from the inside. But the most terrifying theory suggests that Megaraptor disemboweled its prey while it was still alive, leaving the victim to die slowly in agony as its organs were ripped out. Megaraptor's method of killing was not as quick and clean as T-Rex, nor as efficient as other large theropods. It didn't just want to kill its prey, it wanted to tear it apart. But if its claws were merely killing tools, then what truly allowed Megaraptor to maximize their potential was its powerful, muscular arms. Unlike T-Rex, whose tiny, almost useless arms were a mere afterthought, Megaraptor's arms were among its most crucial weapons. They were not only large, but also highly flexible, with robust bone structure and well-developed muscles. If an unfortunate herbivore wandered into Megaraptor's reach, its arms would lash out like the talons of a raptor bird, grabbing its prey while its claws delivered deadly slashes. Scientists believe that Megaraptor may have used its arms to pin down its prey, much like an eagle catching a rabbit. Once its victim was firmly in its grasp, Megaraptor's claws could carve deep into flesh, inflicting grievous wounds before delivering the final killing blow. Unlike other predatory dinosaurs that could only attack with their mouths or feet, Megaraptor could use both its arms and claws to hunt, making it one of the most agile and ruthless killers of the Cretaceous period. But if claws and powerful arms weren't enough to terrify you, then Megaraptor's teeth are what truly made it a perfect killing machine. Unlike T-Rex or Spinosaurus, which had relatively fixed tooth structures, the Megaraptorid family displayed unusual diversity in their teeth, meaning that each species had a slightly different hunting strategy. Megaraptor had teeth similar to Tyrannosaurus, with sharp, serrated edges that allowed it to tear through flesh with ease. Raptor had fang-like teeth, resembling modern mammalian predators, enabling it to bite deep and hold on to its prey during an attack. Orcaraptor had teeth similar to smaller raptors like Velociraptor, allowing it to deliver quick, precise bites. But the most unique of them all was Fukuiraptor, which had shark-like teeth with razor-sharp edges, capable of slicing through flesh in a single bite. This means that depending on the species, each megaraptorid had a different way of killing, but they all shared one ultimate goal: to take down their prey as quickly and painfully as possible. If Megaraptor sends chills down your spine, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. When people think of Megaraptor, they might imagine a single species of predatory dinosaur, but the reality is far more fascinating. Megaraptors were not just one species, but an entire family of theropod dinosaurs with at least 11 known genera, each possessing unique and terrifying hunting adaptations. They didn't just vary in size, but also in bone structure, tooth shape, and hunting techniques. Imagine a legion of agile killers, equipped with massive claws and deadly jaws, roaming the Cretaceous period. That was the Megaraptorids. Among the known Megaraptor species, one of the most intriguing is Aeoniraptor, measuring around 7.5 meters, 25 feet long, and weighing approximately 1.1 tons. To put that into perspective, it was about the same size as Indoraptor, the fictional monster from Jurassic World. But in the real world, Aeoniraptor didn't need science fiction enhancements to be a formidable predator. With sword-length claws and exceptional speed, it was a true assassin of the dinosaur age. But Aeoniraptor wasn't the only member of the Megaraptor family to reach monstrous proportions. Orcaraptor, Megaraptor, and Tratayenia all exceeded 8 meters, 26 feet, in length, making them even larger than Indoraptor. These predators were armed with massive claws, capable of piercing through the flesh of any unlucky prey. With a light but sturdy body, they could move at high speeds, using both their razor-sharp teeth and powerful claws to deliver swift and ruthless attacks. However, the largest and most terrifying member of the Megaraptor family was Macrothorax, the true giant of the group. At 10 meters, 33 feet, long and weighing around 3 tons, it wasn't just the largest Megaraptor, but it also surpassed Allosaurus, one of the most infamous predators of the Jurassic period. Imagine a bus-sized monster, as fast as a cheetah, armed with claws nearly 40 centimeters long and a jaw sharp enough to tear through flesh. That was Macrothorax. With their diversity and terrifying size, Megaraptors weren't just agile predators. They were highly evolved assassins, each with a unique killing style, honed over millions of years of evolution. If herbivorous dinosaurs feared T-Rex and Spinosaurus, they had no peace of mind knowing that Megaraptor killers lurked in the shadows, ready to strike and end their lives in an instant. In the world of predatory dinosaurs, speed and agility were often the keys to survival. Size and raw strength weren't always an advantage. No predator, no matter how powerful, could kill what it couldn't catch. This is what made Megaraptor one of the deadliest hunters of the Cretaceous period. With an ultra-light skeleton, incredible speed, and a highly refined hunting style, Megaraptor wasn't just a killer. It was a perfect warrior in the primeval battlefield. One of Megaraptor's most distinctive traits compared to other large theropods was its extremely lightweight skeletal structure. Studies suggest that Megaraptors were up to 50% lighter than an Allosaurus of the same size, allowing them to reach much higher speeds than other giant predators. While massive hunters like T-Rex and Giganotosaurus relied on sheer brute strength, Megaraptor used its speed and deadly precision to take down its prey with ruthless efficiency. With a hollow-boned skeletal system optimized for lightweight movement, Megaraptor could reach estimated speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour, 31 miles per hour, comparable to a modern-day cheetah. Imagine a dinosaur stretching 8 to 10 meters, 26 to 33 feet, long, yet moving like a lightning bolt, weaving through the primeval forest with incredible agility. For any prey, just catching a glimpse of Megaraptor's shadow darting past meant survival chances were almost non-existent. But speed alone wasn't what made Megaraptor the ultimate predator. Its fighting style was what set it apart. Unlike most theropods that relied on brute strength to overpower prey, Megaraptor used stealth and lightning-fast ambush tactics, much like legendary ninjas executing precise assassinations. With its unmatched agility, Megaraptor could lurk in the shadows, blend into dense forests, and strike with blinding speed. Before its prey could even react, Megaraptor would lunge forward with devastating force, delivering a lethal slash from its massive claws. A perfect kill before its victim even knew what happened. Compared to other predatory dinosaurs, Megaraptor may have been the most agile among the large theropods. T-Rex had the most powerful bite, but it was relatively slow-moving. Spinosaurus was a massive giant, but it primarily hunted in water. Allosaurus was faster than T-Rex, but it still couldn't match Megaraptor's agility. It was the perfect combination of speed, precision, and advanced hunting strategy that made Megaraptor one of the most dangerous predators Earth has ever seen. So, what do you think? If Megaraptor faced off against other infamous predators, who would win? Subscribe now to never miss more epic videos about prehistoric monsters. In the prehistoric world, no predator could rule forever without facing dangerous adversaries. For Megaraptor, the greatest threat wasn't its panicked prey, but even more terrifying predators, Carcharodontosauridae, a group of massive theropods known as shark-toothed dinosaurs. These giants weren't just larger, but also stronger, with a bite force powerful enough to tear apart massive herbivorous dinosaurs. But what happens when a fast, intelligent predator like Megaraptor comes face-to-face with these prehistoric behemoths? Would speed and strategy triumph over brute strength and raw power? Carcharodontosauridae was one of the most powerful groups of predatory dinosaurs to ever exist, including legendary names like Giganotosaurus, Mapusaurus, and Carcharodontosaurus. These giants reached 12 to 14 meters, 39 to 46 feet, in length and weighed around 6 to 8 tons, completely dwarfing Megaraptors, which only measured 8 to 10 meters, 26 to 33 feet, long, and weighed 1 to 3 tons. With a crushing bite force, their serrated, blade-like teeth could rip apart anything in their path. But size and strength alone aren't enough to determine which predator was truly supreme. Although smaller, Megaraptor had the advantage of speed, agility, and razor-sharp combat tactics. While Carcharodontosauridae could easily overwhelm their prey with brute force, Megaraptor could evade fatal attacks using its exceptional speed and maneuverability, striking back with deadly slashes. With 35 to 40 centimeters, 14 to 16 inches claws, Megaraptor's talons could pierce flesh, delivering deep, bleeding wounds that would slowly weaken and drain its opponent over time. The rivalry between Megaraptors and Carcharodontosauridae was not just about one-on-one battles, but a larger-scale struggle for survival between two dominant predator lineages. Both groups hunted similar prey, leading to a fierce competition within the Cretaceous ecosystem. For a long time, Carcharodontosauridae reigned supreme, towering over other predators with their massive size and raw power. However, when Carcharodontosauridae went extinct around 90 million years ago, It opened the door for megaraptors to rise and dominate like never before. With no larger competitors standing in their way, megaraptors expanded their range, evolving into larger, smarter, and deadlier hunters. The extinction of these prehistoric titans created a power vacuum, and megaraptors were the ones who seized the opportunity to become apex predators. If not for the mass extinction event 66 billion years ago, who knows how far megaraptors could have evolved? Perhaps today, we wouldn't be at the top of the food chain. How did megaraptors go extinct? Megaraptors were not easy to defeat. For millions of years, they ruled as top predators, never falling to any rival hunters. No carnivorous dinosaur was powerful enough to wipe them out, and no competitor could push them out of the food chain. But no matter how strong or dominant they were, there was one enemy they couldn't fight: the greatest cataclysm in Earth's history. 66 million years ago, the Chicxulub asteroid struck, bringing an end to the age of dinosaurs. Before disaster struck, megaraptors stood at the top of the food chain, hunting massive prey across prehistoric forests and plains. With sword-like claws, lightning-fast speed, and razor-sharp hunting strategies, they were among the most elite predators of their time. But then, one fateful moment changed everything. A massive asteroid, approximately 10 kilometers, 6 miles, in diameter, hurtled toward Earth at unimaginable speed. It collided with what is now the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, releasing the energy of 10 billion atomic bombs. The impact sent shockwaves that flattened entire landscapes, ignited forest fires, and triggered earthquakes and tsunamis. But the most devastating effect was the thick layer of dust and debris that filled the sky, blocking out sunlight and setting the stage for global devastation. In the immediate aftermath of the impact, nothing could survive near the epicenter of the catastrophe. But the true nightmare began when the global food chain collapsed. With no sunlight, plants withered and died, causing the mass extinction of herbivores. And without prey, top predators like Megaraptor soon ran out of food as well. Agile hunters like Megaraptors may have outlasted larger dinosaurs, using their speed and adaptability to survive longer. But in a world where food was disappearing, even the deadliest killers stood no chance against starvation. It's fascinating to wonder, if the asteroid never hit, would megaraptors have continued to dominate and evolve into the ultimate predators on Earth? Without the Chicxulub catastrophe, it's possible that they could have grown larger, become more intelligent, and evolved into even more fearsome hunters than anything we've ever known. Perhaps, in an alternate timeline, Earth wouldn't be the planet of humans, but the kingdom of megaraptor descendants, ultra-fast, hyper-intelligent predators, unmatched by any living creature today. So, what do you think? If megaraptors had survived, could they have ruled the Earth instead of us? Let Extinct Acts know your thoughts in the comments. The strongest don't always survive. Megaraptor was one of the most perfect killing machines nature ever created. But no matter how fast, ruthless, or deadly it was, it could never escape the greatest enemy of all life on Earth: time and fate. No predator ever defeated Megaraptor. It wasn't overpowered by giants like Carcharodontosaurus, nor was it hunted down by any natural enemies. Had the Chicxulub asteroid never struck, Megaraptor could have continued evolving, becoming an even more formidable predator. Perhaps today, humans wouldn't be at the top of the food chain. Instead, we might be prey, stalked by Megaraptor's descendants, hyper-fast assassins, lurking in the depths of ancient forests, striking in the blink of an eye. But the asteroid fell. The sky darkened, the Earth was shrouded in dust and ash, and the age of dinosaurs came to an end. Megaraptor didn't fall in some epic battle. It wasn't hunted to extinction by a greater predator. It was simply one of countless magnificent creatures erased from history, just because nature decided to change the rules. But the story of prehistoric predators has never truly ended. There are still countless lost monsters waiting to be discovered, some even more terrifying than Megaraptor, lurking in the fossil record, yet to be found. Are you ready to continue exploring this lost world? If so, like, share, and subscribe now. Because in the world of ancient monsters, the terror never truly ends.